CIS डिपार्टमेंट की ओर से मैं हमारे आचार्य डॉक्टर स्थानेश्वर तिमलसिना जी, श्री भागवत ऋषि जी, डॉक्टर नागेश भंडारी सर, डॉक्टर ऋतु भंडारी मैम, डॉक्टर संदीप चक्रवर्ती सर, डॉक्टर RK सिंह सर, डॉक्टर सुकेतु सर, 16 भागवत विद्यापीठ से डॉक्टर चिंतन दवे सर, डॉक्टर अजय उपाध्याय सर, इन सब का हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ। विद्या ददाति विनयम, विनयात याति पात्रता, पात्रत्वात् धनम आपनोति, धनात् धर्मम तथा सुखम। विद्या विनय प्रदान करता है, विनय से पात्रता आती है, पात्रता से धन प्राप्त होता है, धन से धर्म की प्राप्ति होती है और धर्म से सुख की प्राप्ति होती है। अतः सुख की प्राप्ति के लिए हमें विद्या की आवश्यकता है और विद्या की प्राप्ति के लिए हमें आचार्य की आवश्यकता है। आज हम ऐसे ही एक आचार्य के सम्मान हेतु यहाँ एकत्रित हुए हैं। आज के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य 2 विषय हैं। प्रथम तो इंडस यूनिवर्सिटी ने इस वर्ष से विद्याज्योतिर्धर सम्मान की परंपरा का प्रारंभ किया है। इस परंपरा में जिन विद्वान ने अपने क्षेत्र में तपस्या, अध्ययन और भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाने का काम किया है, उनको हम सम्मानित करेंगे। दूसरा विशेष कारण है कि CIS और इंडस यूनिवर्सिटी की जर्नल, द जर्नल ऑफ सनातन धर्म, इसका आज इनॉग्रल लॉन्चिंग भी है। तो इस विशेष कार्यक्रम में मैं आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ। किसी भी शुभ अवसर की शुरुआत हम अग्निदेव के आह्वान से करते हैं। अतः हमारे सभी माननीय मुख्य अतिथि एवं विशेष अतिथि से मैं अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए आगे आए। हम मंत्रोच्चार के साथ दीप प्रज्वलन करेंगे। मैं हमारे माननीय विशेष अतिथि डॉक्टर स्थानेश्वर तिमलसिना जी, मुख्य अतिथि श्री भागवत ऋषि जी, डॉक्टर नागेश भंडारी सर, डॉक्टर ऋतु भंडारी मैम, डॉक्टर संदीप चक्रवर्ती सर और डॉक्टर राम सर से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वह मंच पर आए और अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। आज के हमारे सम्माननीय अतिथि डॉक्टर गंती मूर्ति जी का भी हम स्वागत करते हैं, किंतु अपनी व्यस्तता के कारण वे प्रत्यक्ष हमसे नहीं जुड़ पाएंगे, लेकिन कुछ ही क्षणों में ऑनलाइन माध्यम के स्वरूप से वो हमारे साथ इस कार्यक्रम में जुड़ेंगे। इस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं हमारे आज के विशेष अतिथि डॉक्टर स्थानेश्वर तिमलसिना जी के स्वागत के लिए डॉक्टर नागेश भंडारी सर से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे पुष्प एवं शॉल से उनका स्वागत करें। धन्यवाद सर। अब हमारे मुख्य अतिथि श्री भागवत ऋषि जी के स्वागत के लिए मैं डॉक्टर संदीप चक्रवर्ती सर से निवेदन करती हूँ कि वे पुष्प और शॉल से उनका स्वागत करें। धन्यवाद सर। सभागार में उपस्थित सभी प्रबुद्ध जनों का भी इस कार्यक्रम में हार्दिक स्वागत है। अब इस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए मैं डॉक्टर राम शर्मा सर को आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी कि वे आए और इस कार्यक्रम के मुख्य उद्देश्य के बारे में हमसे उद्बोधन करें।
ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। आचार्य स्थानेश्वर तिमलसना जी, फाउंडर विमर्श फाउंडेशन, भागवत ऋषि जी, शूला भागवत विद्यापीठ कर्नावती, डॉक्टर घंटी मूर्ति, नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर IKS डिवीजन, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन, who has joined us online, Honorable Presidential Secretariat, Dr. Nagesh Bhandari ji, Dr. Ritu Bhandari ji, Executive President Dr. Sandeep Chakrabarti sir, Dr. Radhika Bhandari, Director, Western Indian Institute of Aeronautics, Registrar and Deputy Registrar sir, all Deans and Directors, HODs, dear faculty member and students. My humble pranam to all of you. This is great occasion for us. Indeed, I would like to welcome you all because this is a special event as we are celebrating today the knowledge, wisdom and Guru Shishya Paramparā of Bharat. Parampara that has kept us alive, that has kept us Indian and Bharatiya today even after 5,000, 10,000 years of our existence. And this celebration requires often because we need to connect with our roots to understand who we are. And possibly the most existential question for us, who am I? And Indian knowledge system is basically about understanding who am I. So today's event is segmented into two parts, as you know. The first part is about honoring Ācārya Timalsina ji with title or upadhi of Vidyājyotirdharaḥ, which is our first samman that we are starting this year. And the basic idea is near Guru Purnima, it could be on Guru Purnima also, but near Guru Purnima, we would like to honor Acharyas that have done tapas, that have done rigorous studies, that have taken Indian knowledge system to the greater heights and to the global audience also. And we are really honored that Ācārya ji is with us today for blessing this. The second part of this program is related to journal, which is Journal of Sanatan Dharma. This is new beginning for Center for Indic Studies, and I'm really feeling satisfied that our younger team has taken initiative in this and they brought it to this stage of launching it. I will request later on Tirth and Samir to talk more about Journal of Sanatan Dharma. So I will restrict myself right now to talk more about Vidyājyotirdharaḥ Samman. Now both of these events, these are reflection of commitment of Indus University, and especially Dr. Nagesh Bhandari ji, a deeper commitment to revival of Indian knowledge system. As you all know that Indus University is pioneer in many areas of Indic Studies. We were the first one to launch series of lectures through our YouTube channel, and any university, the first university in the country to have series of talks on Indic issues. Then we became the first university to have series of lectures, online courses basically, on Indic issues. Then we began with our magazine, online magazine Indic Varta, and subsequently the implementation of national education policy. And then now this movement is coming where we are taking academic initiatives, connecting through various scholars and creating space for them through journals and through academic rigorous research that we can publish. These two are, every step take resources, every step take commitment, every step take, team members that can take it ahead. And as always, our Dr. Nagesh Bhandari ji and Dr. Ritu Bhandari ji has given approval not only for that, but also provided resources, enthusiasm, always, encouragement to take these things ahead. So I'm really thankful to them for allowing this space to flourish in Indus University. Vidyājyotirdharaḥ Samman is basically, we need to provide a context for that. Because this is something that's going to have a new chapter or new beginning, not only for Indus University, for Indic seekers across the world. And the context is here, a historical context is very important to understand this. Why we are celebrating this knowledge system right now, and why this Samman? If you just imagine what would ancient Indian education system would look like, what an ideal picture you will get. If you just think about the Puranic stories, Mahabharata, Ramayana, and other stories that you get in Vedas and Upanishad, you will find that one very beautiful picture emerging out of that is that acharyas from one ashram, they would be traveling to different ashram in the forest, okay, and seeking knowledge. And these acharyas would be senior acharyas, not, just enrolled in graduate programs or so called. So they would be seeking knowledge from other gurus, though they themselves are expert in one or two areas. The system, if you'll think, you'll find that they are lifelong learners. And what defines Indian knowledge system in its most characteristic things is that they produce lifelong learner, which allows gurus not only to seek knowledge from other gurus, but to go and live with them, spend time with them, and take this knowledge ahead. This beautiful picture, somewhere we have lost that. Somewhere we have lost that after graduation or post-graduation or PhD, now our education is complete, now we are only made for teaching. If you look at the ancient education system, your real learning begins after all your certificate and degree, where you go for your personal exploration also. And this is what Indian knowledge system is all about. If you look at the connectivity, the interconnectedness, or the holistic approach of Indian knowledge system, you will find the smooth transition or the fluidity of various streams connected to each other. You'll never come to realize that when you are leaving one subject and entering into another. And this holistic nature of Indian knowledge system is at the root of all kind of streams that we could produce. This is in contrast to the contemporary knowledge system, primarily based on Western knowledge system, which is fragmentary in nature. And that's why any Western approach, if it's genuine seeker, no doubt, 1% could be them. But if you look at the larger Western approach, you'll find they are more linear in its approach, more reductionist in its approach, more fragmentary in its approach. And it reduces text to one kind of interpretation. For Mahabharata, they will study not to gain or not to understand the four Purushartha, which is Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. They will just go through archaeological studies and try to dig whatever they can get, which is not entirely wrong. But the holistic or interconnected approach is lost in that manner. And here, when we would like to put Indian knowledge system as a knowledge system which can compete or outcompete with contemporary Western knowledge system, just imagine Rishi doing yajna at one point of time. How many subjects they would be knowing? In ancient times or even modern times also. They would be masters of rituals, they would be masters of language, they would be masters of astronomy, they would be masters of geometry, mathematics, they would be masters of even also soils, agriculture. You just think about the subject which they have to learn throughout their process of understanding things. Even one yajna requires multidisciplinary understanding of that area. And that's what defined Indian knowledge system. Unfortunately, due to colonization and due to invasion of this country for thousands of years, we have lost that. And this oneness is basically we need to revive today. Now, when we started Indian knowledge system, we thought that we will find masters who can help us in revival of this. But the case is not as simple as it looks. Besides few experts that we could find out, it was very difficult to meet scholars who could be expert in multiple areas. And that's where we found that it's really becoming difficult for Center for Indic Studies to take Indian knowledge system in its totality. Unfortunately, or due to the impact of British colonization, I would say, we lost our Gurukuls, we lost indigenous education system, they got marginalized, they got severely impacted by it. But still, our great masters, due to their tapas, due to their sadhana, due to their rigorous scholarship, they kept the flame alive. Even when they were not getting any patronage from society in the sense, larger sense, from state. And you will find it surprising. If I'll give you, exact years from 1870 to 1970, when we were competing or struggling against British, we were producing work of high quality. We had scholars who were well versed in subjects, who were well versed in sadhana. And I would like to share few names of these scholars because that will give us the larger picture of what kind of a scholarship we had till 1970s. Keep these years in mind. That 1870 to 1947 we had British here. We were not independent. But still we were producing the high quality content. Till the momentum was lost in 1970s. So if I just can share few names with you, those will be, if you can remember, or maybe you might have come across them, Shri Arbind, Maharishi Arbind from Pondicherry, Gopinath Kaviraj ji from Banaras, Baldev Upadhyay ji, Gaurinath Shastri ji, R.C. Pandey ji, B.K. Matilal ji, M. Hiranya ji. And these from across the country, I'm saying from east, from west, from north, from south, Ganganath Jha, Dr. V. Raghavan, Radha Kumud Mukherjee, Vasudev Sharan Agarwal, Pandit Madhusudan Ojha, Swami Lakshman Ju, and many more. This tradition continued till 1970, and then we find that a large gap now exists after that. And this can be explained only, and I have to spell it out clearly, I have no other choice, that when Marxism or Marxist scholars started taking over our academia. In the last 50 years, when we wanted to prepare a bibliography or wanted to prepare a list of books, let's say we want to prepare a list of books on Indic architecture or Indian economy or Indian aesthetics, no work is published in India after 1970s or 80s that is original in spirit, that is done with rigorous research, that has original Indic insights. So try to understand this, that for the last 50 years, we have not seen many acharyas of that stature, many publications of that quality, and it seems that it is very difficult to find out scholars of that stature now. That's the background of Indian knowledge system, where we were, even at the time of British, where we are right now, and what to do with this 50 years of gap. And remember, education can only be transferred with living acharyas. It's very difficult to dig out and learn from them. And then, what happened really is, then I came across the work of Ācārya Sthaneshwar Timalsina ji. We almost have dug out the works from 1870 to 1970, but after 1970s, in 2021 or 22, I came across Ācārya ji's work through some mutual friends. And when I started reading his work, I found the same genuine scholarship, the same Indic spirit as it was existing 50 years to 100 years back. And I thought that, because I was considering that it's rarest of rare now to find such scholars. But I started going through his work one after another, and I thought that at least there are few acharyas still existing. And what will be surprising to you to note is this, that he was not in India. He has been working in America, and he has been producing these works of high Indic quality in American university. That's another surprise. Looking at this journey, we thought, if such acharyas are there, if such experts are there, why not to have their darshan? Why not to invite them? Why not to, have a space where we can honor them? And that's where we got the idea of honoring Ācārya ji. And that's So this is not one of its kind of Samman that is happening everywhere. This is very thought out, looking at what Indian knowledge system will, in next 50 years. If we really want to save our country, our culture, we need to revive our Indian knowledge system. Without Bhāratīya Jñāna Paramparā, integrated in our economic development or other kind of development, we will no longer be a sustainable society. We will be in crisis one after another. And that's why these kind of a space where we can interact with genuine Acharyas who can guide us. And I will share the formal introduction of Ācārya very soon with you. But remember, this Samman we would like to give every year to such Ācārya. But I am not sure whether in next 5 years we can find any parallel of such Ācārya. I am not sure, I am saying. So with this note, I would like to take just 2 or 3 minutes for formal introduction of Ācārya ji before we initiate our Samman process. Though we shared one PPT with or one PDF with you, just to raise your curiosity on who is Ācārya Sthaneshwar Timalsina ji. If it is visible, okay. I think it will be visible from there also, right? So as you know that he is a distinguished scholar of Sanskrit, Tantra and Hindu philosophy, originally from Nepal and now a professor in the USA. His works focus on Advaita, Vedanta, Kashmiri Shaivism and Tantric visual culture, exploring how ancient Indic ideas connect with consciousness in cognition studies today. And before I say anything about Ācārya ji, remember, cognitive studies and consciousness studies has been done in India for 5,000 years. American university just begin to realize that these areas exist and we now need to explore that. And that's where Ācārya ji is making a grand contribution. So, 2-part introduction I am going to give because he is academician and he is Ācārya also. So first I will begin with Timalsina ji as academician, writer and thinker. As you can see that he is professor in Stony Brook University. So after completing his master's degree from Sampurnanand Sanskrit University, because he spent a lot of years in Varanasi, and I'll come to that part also, he opened the Department of Tantric Studies in Nepal. And what does Tantra or Tantric Studies mean? I will leave it to Ācārya ji when he'll come here and talk about it. And taught there for several years before joining Martin Luther University in Halle, Germany for his PhD studies. Then Professor Timalsina ji has served as Professor of Religious Study and Philosophy at San Diego University since 2005. So for almost 2 decades, 20 years, he was there and producing very important works. Now Professor Timalsina ji is holding the Nirmal K. and Augustina Metu Endowed Chair in Classical Indic Humanities, Stony Brook University, New York, America. And these are his amazing, exceptional work that you can find on Vimarsha Foundation website. The document I have already shared with you. So the first book that you are looking is on Drashti Shrishti Vad. Again, it's the topic which is at the heart of cognitive mechanism or consciousness study. The second book is on consciousness studies in India. Amazing work. If you really want to understand what kind of śāstrāt we used to had in India, how different darshana, maybe might have heard about Adi Shankaracharya debating with Buddhist, but we have 1,000 years or more than 1,000 years of continuous debates happening between different darshana. So this is one book where you will get the hint of what kind of debates were happening, what were their topics, and what were their arguments or counter arguments. And then of course studies on tantric images, languages of images, tantric visual culture, and his Parampara text. And because he is most sought after speaker, so you'll find lot of videos on YouTube channel available. Then as Ācārya and Guru, I would like to introduce, I just want to give a brief introduction. He started Vimarsha Foundation in 2017, and which is like a modern school Gurukulam he is visualizing, which is taking shape. And he has followers across the world now. Thousands of scholars are coming, flocking to him, want to understand the deeper angles or deeper aspects of consciousness studies and related ideas. You can also find various courses on his website of Vimarsha Foundation, and we highly recommend these courses to you. Any one of you, if you would like to know more about Hindu studies, Indic ideas, Tantra, Darshan, Vyakaran, or Sadhana Paddhati for that matter, you can go to his website. And just will take here a couple of seconds. You look at the logo, and it has a lot of meaning embedded in it. If you'll find that it's titled as Vimarsha Foundation, and Vimarsha is technical term for reflective phenomena, which is counterpart of Prakash. The Prakash and Vimarsha both goes together. And if you look at the logo, you'll find that the inner eye is shown as wisdom light. Then in the center is the blue circle, the empty space, and empty space is related to infinity. And then you will find, interestingly, I just want to give you the hint of where to begin when you want to go for these kind of studies. You take a look at the bindu, which is shown here, above here, and then visarg here, which stand for Prakash and Vimarsha. These have very deeper meaning when we go into cognitive studies. Then you look at the phonemes, which is like ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, ya, sa, which is written in Brahmi script here. Because in tantric studies, and I'm saying it in a positive connotation, okay, all letters that we have, like Varnmala that we have, ka, kha, ga, they are endowed with Shakti and energy. They have very deeper meaning. So this logo will give you an idea that what kind of thought system has gone into this studies. Lastly, I would like to share, which I begin with also, that earlier we had acharyas going from one place, going from one ashram to another ashram, seeking deeper wisdom and knowledge. And they realized that Indian knowledge system in totality is very vast and encyclopedic. And not one master, but various masters can help you in that. So, his various gurus, of course, these are the detailed information is available on Vimarsha Foundation. I'm just sharing and giving you the glimpse of that. So, his main Tantric Diksha Guru is Prem Chetan Brahmachari from Nepal. Then his Tantric Diksha Guru is Shankar Chaitanya Bharati from Varanasi. Then his father and of course his Vedic Guru, Pandit Tanka Prasad Timalsina. Then his other gurus, Khaptad Baba was his Yoga Guru. Then Ramanand Giriji was his Vedanta Guru. Then Ācārya Ramji Malviya ji is his Trik Shastra Guru. Then Nyaya Guru is Vidyanath Upadhyay. Then Tantra Shastra Guru again Vraj Vallabh Dwivedi and Hemendra Nath Chakrabarti. Because when we are honoring Ācārya ji here, as he has given us this opportunity, we are honoring the whole lineage, the gurus who have guided him. It's a blessing for anyone to have one guru in life. He could meet several gurus and could get training under him for several years. It's a really exceptional thing in anyone's life. And the last guru is Yogi Shipirnath, Hat Yoga Guru. So with this small formal introduction of Ācārya ji, I would like to again say that we are really honored and blessed that you have given this opportunity to us to begin this Vidyājyotirdharaḥ Samman with your presence. And we are beginning this Samman with you. We cannot express our gratitude to you. Thank you, Ācārya ji. Now we will start our formal process of honoring him. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It is rightly said that education can be transferred only by the living Acharyas. And we are privileged to welcome and have such a great introduction of Shri Sthaneshwar Timalsina ji as an academician and as Acharya and Guru. So thank you so much for introducing him to us, sir. जैसा कि सर ने कहा कि जब हमने इस विषय के बारे में सोचा कि इस तरह से आचार्यों का सम्मान करना चाहिए और ऐसी परंपरा होनी चाहिए, तो हमने 16 भागवत विद्यापीठ से संपर्क किया, भागवत ऋषि जी से संपर्क किया, चिंतन दवे सर से मिले, अजय उपाध्याय सर से मिले. उन्होंने भी हमारे इस विचार को खूब सराहा जब हमने उनसे निवेदन किया कि इस शास्त्रीय पद्धति से एक आचार्य का सम्मान किस तरह से किया जा सकता है, इस बारे में हमें मार्गदर्शन दें. तो उन्होंने हमें नामकरण से, इस विद्या ज्योतिर्धर, इस नामकरण से लेकर पूरी शास्त्रीय पद्धति किस तरह से सम्मान होना चाहिए इसके बारे में हमें अवगत कराया। तो उसके लिए हम श्री भागवत ऋषि जी का भी तहे दिल से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। अब मैं आदरणीय भागवत ऋषि जी से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे खुद यहाँ पे आए और हमें आगे का मार्गदर्शन दे, इस पद्धति के बारे में कुछ बताए, कुछ शब्द हमसे साझा करें।
श्री रसराज प्रसन्नोस्तु मे सदा, कृष्ण शंकर प्रसन्नोस्तु मे सदा। यहाँ पे हम सिर्फ अभी आचार्य जी का सम्मान करने के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं, तो मैं ज़्यादा कुछ बोल नहीं पाऊँगा, लेकिन मैं आभारी हूँ कि इसलिए इस पवित्र क्षण के लिए हमको याद किया और हमें आपके साथ सम्मिलित होने का और आचार्य का सम्मान करने का अवसर प्राप्त करवाया। मैं अजय भाई और चिंतन भाई से कहूँगा कि हम जो प्रक्रिया है वो करें, क्योंकि मुख्य है उसी में हम ध्यान दें। ज़्यादा मुझे बोलना इस वक्त नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं बहुत भावुक हूँ। बोलने बैठूँगा तो फिर कथाकार होने के नाते फिर बंद नहीं हो जाऊँ। तो मैं मुख्य कार्य पे ही हम फोकस करें। चिंतन भाई और अजय भाई प्रक्रिया हमको करवाएं। एक अच्छी, मैं इसलिए ज़्यादा भावुक हूँ कि विरुद्ध प्रवाह में जो तैरने का ये पुरुषार्थ, ये भगीरथ, जैसे भगीरथ जी गंगा जी को अवतरित करवाते हैं, उसी तरह इस कलिकाल में डॉक्टर नरेश जी ने जो ये विरुद्ध प्रवाह में जाके अपनी संस्कृति को बचाने का ये जो बीड़ा उठाया है, उसके लिए मैं उनको बहुत बहुत साधु वंदना करना चाहता हूँ। बहुत बहुत साधुवाद।
धन्यवाद। मैं चिंतन दवे सर से प्रार्थना करती हूँ कि शास्त्रीय सम्मान की शुरुआत करें।
आदरणीय श्री स्थानेश्वर तिमिल्सिना महोदयाः ये अत्र उपस्थिताः, अस्माकम् इदं परमं चरमं सौभाग्यं यत् अस्याः वेलायाः वयं साक्षिणः स्मः। यतोहि यथा एतैः पूर्वम् उक्तं यत् यावन्तः गुरवः प्राच्याः प्राचीनसमये आसन्, तादृशाः गुरवः दुर्लभाः सन्ति। अतः अस्माकमयं क्रमः यत् संस्कृतभाषायामेव प्रारम्भं कुर्मः इति अस्माकं प्राच्यपरम्परा अस्ति। इदानीं हिन्द्यां किमपि वक्तुं कामये, वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हमारी यह गुरु परंपरा जो प्राच्य परंपरा है, इस परंपरा से गुरु का सम्मान करना यह हमारा उत्तरदायित्व है। और इस उत्तरदायित्व को विशेष रूप से जिन्होंने ग्रहण किया है, ऐसे इंडस यूनिवर्सिटी और उसके सभी अधिकारियों का मैं हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं और तहे दिल से उनका इसलिए आभार करता हूं क्योंकि यह परंपरा जो है वह प्राच्य परंपरा और अर्वाच्य परंपरा, इन दोनों का यहाँ पर सुभग समन्वय होने जा रहा है। आदरणीय श्री गुरुदेव और उनका भाव पूजन यहाँ पर उपस्थित महानुभावों के माध्यम से होने जा रहा है। आदरणीय श्रद्धा जी से मैं निवेदन करूँगा कि वे क्रमशः हमको निर्देश करें और यहाँ से हम मंत्रोच्चार कर रहे हैं और उस तरफ अजय भाई गुरुजी वहाँ जा कर के और क्रमशः पूजन का जो क्रम है वे करवाते जाएंगे। तो सर्वप्रथम तत्र भवन्तः प्राप्नुवन्तु, ततश्च पूजां कारयन्तु।
मैं
हरिः ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धशरवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तारक्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु भद्रं कर्णेभिः श्रेणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवाघुंषस्तनु बिर्व्यसेमहि देवहितं जदायुः बृहस्पते आदियदर्जो अरेह द्युमदविभाति क्रतुमज्जनेघु यद्विदयच्छवाधारे तप्रजा ततदशमासु द्रविणं देहिश्चितरम् नमो गुरुभ्यो गुरुपादुकाभ्यो नमः परेभ्यः परपादुकाभ्यः आचार्य सिद्धेश्वर पादुकाभ्यो नमोस्तु लक्ष्मीपतिपादुकाभ्यः ओम आ ब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायतामाराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूर एकव्यो दिव्याधि महारथो जायतान्दोग्ध्रि धेनुर्बोढा नडवानाशुः शक्तिः पुरन्ध्रजोघादिष्णोरथेष्ठाः सभेजो जुवस्य जजमानस्य वीरो जायतान्निकामे निकामेनः पर्जन्यो बरेखतु फलवत्यो न ओषधयः पच्यन्ताञ्जोगक्षेमो नः कल्पताम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाय जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परम गुरुभ्यो नमः परात्पर गुरुभ्यो नमः परमेष्ठी गुरुभ्यो नमः नमस्कार नमस्करोमि ओम शांति शांति शांति।
धन्यवाद सर। अब मैं डॉक्टर रितु भंडारी मैम और डॉक्टर नागेश भंडारी सर से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे हमने जो उनके लिए लिया है वो मोमेंटो और सम्मान पत्र उनको सम्मान के साथ दे।
श्री सद्गुरु भगवान की जय।
धन्यवाद। अब मैं डॉक्टर चिंतन दवे सर से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे ये सम्मान पत्र हमें पढ़ के सुनाएं।
ऊपर ऊपर। आदरणीयाः उपस्थिताः अधिमञ्चं राराजमानाः श्री स्थानेश्वर तिमिल्सिना महाभागाः येषां संदर्भे इदम् उपानीक्रियते सम्मानपत्रम् अत्र भवन्तः उदितोदिताः सर्वाधिकार सर्वसाम्राज्य दीक्षा दीक्षिताः परमादरणीयाः विविध शास्त्र पारंगताः नेपाल देशे सर्वाम्नाय क्रमे शैवाचार्यत्वेन अधिकृताः आचार्याः श्रीमन्तः डॉक्टर श्री स्थानेश्वर तिमिल्सिना महोदयाः सादरं सविनयञ्च निवेद्यते यत् भवन्तः वैदिक सांस्कृतिक सामाजिक नैतिक धार्मिक आध्यात्मिक शैक्षणिक क्षेत्रेषु स्वीयेन महत्वपूर्ण योगदानेन प्रथितयशसः विलसन्तितरां भवत्प्रदत्तया एतया सेवया समग्र भूमण्डलं नितरां समुत्कर्षं प्रतिष्ठां च प्राप्नोदस्ति बहुमुखप्रतिभाधनानां भवतां सत्कार्यपीयूषमिदं परमं मोदं हर्षं च वितनोति ताम् इमां भवताम् अपूर्वां निरुपमसेवां समीक्ष्य भवन्तः कर्णावती नगरस्थ इंडस विश्वविद्यालयः इति अस्माकं संस्थापक्षतः विद्याज्योतिर्धरः इति सम्माननेन सभाज्यन्ते अथ च सहर्षं सम्मानपत्रमिदम् उपानीक्रियते। आप श्री आदरणीय उदितोदिताः यानी जिस प्रकार आकाश में सूर्य जो है वह उदित होता है तो समस्त तिमिर अंधकार स्वयमेव नष्ट हो जाता है और प्रकाश जो है वह फैल जाता है, किंतु समग्र भूमंडल में जितने भी विद्वान हैं उन सभी विद्वान जो कि उदित है यानी जिनका यशस् स्वरूपी प्रकाश सर्वत्र विद्यमान है उनमें भी उदितोदिताः यानी कि सहस्र सूर्य इव जिनका तेज है वैसे पुनः सर्वाधिकार सर्व साम्राज्य दीक्षा दीक्षिताः अर्थात जितने भी आमनाएं पंच आमनाएं वैसे किए जाते हैं तो सर्व आमनाय में शैवाचार्यत्वेन अधिकृताः इमे महानुभावाः तो जिन्होंने वैदिक सांस्कृतिक सामाजिक और नैतिक धार्मिक और आध्यात्मिक और शैक्षणिक यानी कि इन सभी शब्दों से हम कुछ न कुछ परिचित है, इन सभी शब्दों का अर्थ बताने की आवश्यकता नहीं है मैं समझता हूँ तब तक, किंतु इन सभी क्षेत्रों में जिन्होंने अपनी विद्या की ज्योति जला करके और सभी को भारतीय सनातन संस्कृति सभ्यता का प्रकाश दिया है, ऐसे हमारे आदरणीय श्री स्थानेश्वर तिमिल्सिना महोदय, तो इनका सम्मान करते हुए हमारा विश्वविद्यालय इंडस विश्वविद्यालय आज गौरवान्वित है और हम यह अपेक्षा करते हैं कि आपकी कृपा दृष्टि और कृपा वृष्टि हम सभी पर नित्य निरंतर इसी प्रकार से बरसती रहे और हम सभी का आप समय समय पर मार्गदर्शन करते रहे। यही अपेक्षा के साथ यह विद्या ज्योतिर्धर इस नामक उपाधि से हम सभी आपको सम्मान देते हुए हम सब जो है वो अपने आप को भी सम्मानित करते हैं, भारतीय संस्कृति सभ्यता और परंपरा को भी सम्मानित करते हैं। यही कहते हुए हमारे शब्दों को यहाँ पर एक श्लोक के द्वारा हम विराम देते हैं। संस्कृत संस्कृति संवृत धीमन ज्ञानमयाध्वर आहुति दानात् स्वीय कुलुम विहितम सुकृतार्थम तेन शुभम भवताम भुवि भूयात् इति युक्त्वा विरमामि नमामि। सर्वेभ्यः नमो नमः।
अब इस शुभ अवसर पर मैं आचार्य विद्याज्योतिर्धर डॉक्टर स्थानेश्वर तिमिल्सिना जी के अर्धांगिनी श्रीमती गायत्री देवी जी को भी आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी और डॉक्टर ऋतु भंडारी जी से अनुरोध करना चाहूँगी कि वे पुष्प एवं शॉल से उनका स्वागत करें। आधुनिक समय में किसी आचार्य का इस प्रकार से सम्मान, और वो भी विश्वविद्यालय में इस प्रकार से सम्मान, ये अत्यंत दुर्लभ दृश्य है। और इस दृश्य को हम सब ने अभी देखा, हम इसके साक्षी हैं। तो इसके लिए मैं सबसे पहले तो भागवत ऋषि जी का खूब खूब आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ, डॉक्टर नागेश भंडारी सर का खूब खूब आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। ज़्यादा समय ना लेते हुए अब मैं आदरणीय आचार्य विद्या ज्योतिर्धर डॉक्टर स्थानेश्वर तिमलसेना जी से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे इस गौरवमय अवसर पर अपने प्रेरणादायक विचार हमारे साथ साझा करें।
मान्याः नागेश भंडारी महाभागा, ज्योति भंडारी महाशया, समेषां नाम न जानामि, सभा मध्ये यदि विद्वांसः उपस्थिताः सर्वान् नमस्करोमि, कृतज्ञोऽस्मि। भवद्भिः बहुसम्मानः प्रदत्तः, अहं तथाविध योग्य अस्मि न वेति भगवान् एव जानातु। एतस्मिन् समये अपि अस्मदृशानां विदुषां सम्मानं भवति इति अभूतपूर्वमिव। प्रायः सभायां समेषां कृते सारल्यं स्यात् इति अहम् आङ्ग्लभाषायामेव वक्तुम् इच्छामि। Thank you so much. After studying with Prem Chetan Brahmachari all the agamas, and he also was a troubleshooter for all the shastras when the distinctive gurus from those specific traditions had some difficulties. I asked this, Guruji, the entire world would know had you written books of so much knowledge you have. And he said, who says I have not written books? My books are alive. You are my book. I hope these teachers, the Pandits that are buried in history, they were not desperate for their names, identities. They gave their entire life preparing just a few students. Every single day. One day I asked Guruji, what is the point of just teaching just a few of us? We cannot make any difference. Guruji said, stay alive. A single spark can turn into flame anytime. I hope I have still preserved that spark in me, no matter how much harsh the life has become and how much of hardship I had to endure. When Shwetaketu goes for learning, his guru, the father, does not say, this is what you should learn. What he says, tapasa vijñāsasva. Only hardship, endurance, resilience, to not give up. Do not give up. My Guruji, Ramji Malviyaji, was a known figure in Varanasi, had offered me a job. But my Guruji in Nepal said, in Varanasi, there are Pandits like you in every street. You have to come here and open a department. So I did. It was not for my personal gain. For several years I worked there, and Guruji was gone and time changed. I was one of the first victims of the Maoist assault. I still have this deep scar in my head. I was attacked in the classroom for teaching Sanskrit. Nothing else. I was in a classroom. I had not done any political activities. I lost my soul that day. I decided to leave the country. In 3 months, I was abroad. Mother always has been so gracious. I always say, partly jokingly, I picked my English on the way to California because I never received any formal education in English language. Although almost all of my publications are in English language, and I'm a writer in philosophy, which is not so easy. So what I want to convey to all the scholars working in the field of Sanskrit and Indian studies is ours, the essence is the hard part. All the packaging and going to the market is an easy part. But what time has taught me is there are great innovations in the West in contemporary studies, and as long as we remain orthodox regarding transformation, if we cannot change ourselves according to time, without abandoning our ethos, without abandoning our identity, but accommodate new concerns, we will be left behind. Time does not stop for anybody. Time keeps changing, and we need to also change. And what is it that we can change within us is our ways of research. And I do believe that this university, Indus University, has already in that trajectory. I was looking into the mission statement, and I could see how the very mission aims to combine the ethos from India and the West and to be relevant in the global context. You all are that global leaders or the makers of the global leaders. The visionaries are going to come from here and will reshape the world. I have no doubt that this institute will evolve to be one of the centers where people from abroad will come and study, just like India today has health tourism. Tomorrow there will be education tourism. The flow will reverse, and people like me who have gone abroad, who have experience of both the worlds, will be the carrier of this change, and I'm very happy to be a small part in this process. This is inevitable. This is to happen. We just have to see and work for making that event to happen. I do not want to talk too much. I know how precious all your time is, but what I know is the boy who left home at the age of 12, there are many boys like me in villages. Even today, we do not have schools in remote areas. My father was himself a teacher, but it was our home. That was the school. I was a product from my father's Gurukula, and he said, you have to go and get these formal degrees and education. All my father could spare was a one-way bus ride to Kathmandu. We didn't have money. We had all the land, and nobody would buy whatever we grow. We were self-dependent. We had all the students depending on our farm, but we were not making money. In those days, Pandits would never surrender to the king or the businessman. We had a very great self-respect. We would never ask anybody to do any favor. The same way I went to Varanasi without any resources. I've lived in ashrams. I have endured every single hardship imposed or taught, instructed by my gurus, and I do believe that every single boy in a remote village in Nepal can become, or Nepal or India, or in an entire Bharatavarsha, can become a professor or a doctor or engineer in any part of the world and can teach the globe what Bharatavarsha means and what our wisdom tradition means. And I do believe that if I could do it without any guidance, I hope that I could be the guide for those who are in such mission so that we can work together. Sangachadham, Sambadadham. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. All those things which we have studied in scriptures, may it be through Shvet-ketu or may it be through Upanishads like Tena Tyaktena Bhunjithaha. We have seen everything today practically in you, and it has inspired all of us in a great way. Thank you so much, sir. अब इस अवसर पर ज़्यादा समय न लेते हुए मैं इनवाइट करना चाहूँगी हमारे सम्माननीय अतिथि डॉक्टर गंती मूर्ति जी को। वे प्रत्यक्ष रूप से हमारे साथ नहीं जुड़ पाए हैं, किंतु ऑनलाइन माध्यम से वो हमसे उद्बोधन करेंगे।
जब तक घंटी मूर्ति जी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, एक बात मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता था कि इस आचार्य पद्धति के लिए, मतलब हमें ऐसे आचार्य जो 21st सेंचुरी में इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम को ग्लोबल लेवल पे लेके जा सकें, उसके लिए 3 बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट रिक्वायरमेंट है और तीनों मैच नहीं हो रही है। पहली ये कि किसी भी शास्त्र की बहुत गहराई से अध्ययन करना, और एक शास्त्र का अध्ययन करने के लिए कई वर्ष बीत जाते हैं, तो ये तपस्या के समान है। दूसरा ये कि उसका साधक होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। अगर आप देखेंगे भारत में, अगर आपको भारतीय अध्ययन करना है तो स्पिरिचुअल फाउंडेशन बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। अगर स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिसेस नहीं हैं तो शास्त्र में क्या लिखा गया है उसका अनुभव नहीं किया जा सकता, और यही सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है। ऐसा नहीं है कि इंडोलॉजी के टेक्स्ट नहीं लिखे जा रहे, बट 99% टेक्स्ट वो लिख रहे हैं जिनका कोई स्पिरिचुअल फाउंडेशन नहीं है, और उसके कारण उन टेक्स्ट का बहुत डिस्टॉर्शंस हो रहा है। सोशोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट, आर्कियोलॉजिकल, हिस्टोरिकल एस्पेक्ट, उसका जो आध्यात्मिक एस्पेक्ट है उसको छोड़ के सब पढ़ा जा रहा है। दूसरा पहलू ये है। तीसरा ये कि सिर्फ आप अपना अध्ययन कर लें और आपस में ही बात कर रहे हैं, इससे भी काम नहीं चलेगा। ग्लोबल डिस्कोर्स क्या है, किन इश्यूज पे बात हो रही है, किससे टेक्नोलॉजी के द्वारा, फिलॉसफी के द्वारा, कल्चरल, सोशल, पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज, और वहाँ जाके उसका क्रिटिक करना और उसका जवाब देना, ये भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। तो 3 तरह की ट्रेनिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपकी शास्त्र की ट्रेनिंग बहुत स्ट्रांग हुई, सेकंड आपका साधना का पक्ष मजबूत होना चाहिए, और तीसरा ग्लोबल डिस्कोर्स की बहुत अच्छी अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए। तो जब हमने ये बात कही कि ऐसे विद्वान हैं कि जो इन तीनों में पारंगत हों, तो आपको मिलेगा कि बहुत गिने चुने लोग आज इस तरह का वर्क कर सकते हैं। और अगर हमें भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा को एक ऊंचाई पे लेके जाना है तो इन तीनों पे काम करना पड़ेगा। जैसे इंडिया का राइज 21st सेंचुरी में इकोनॉमी के लेवल पे हो रहा है, वैसे ही नॉलेज के लेवल पे हो सकता है अगर हम इस पे इन्वेस्टमेंट करें और साथ के साथ ऐसे विद्यार्थी तैयार कर पाएँ। तो ये तीनों का समागम हम आचार्य जी में देखते हैं, और इसीलिए विद्या ज्योतिर्धर सम्मान के लिए हमने सबसे पहले इन्हें चुना। धन्यवाद।